Beautiful, bold, fast, and heavy. These are the words I'm going to use to describe the all-new GotWay Msuper V3 Plus. Did I say that correctly? This is the 1600 milliwatt model, meaning that you should be able to go about 60 miles per charge, which is very impressive. With the wheel size of 18 inches and a big battery, the weight size comes just under 50 pounds. It's pretty heavy. Here's a nice side comparison of the wheels. GotWay Msuper V3, followed by the GotWay ACM 16. Next is the InMotion V8, and then lastly the 9bot1 S2. Fun fact: the Msuper V3 is an 18-inch wheel, yet it is about the same height as the InMotion V8, coming in at 1 foot and 9 inches off the ground. Speaking of off the ground, thanks to the 18-inch wheels on the Msuper, you'll be happy to know that the pedals is off the ground by exactly 5.5 inches. This allows sharp turns, very sharp turns. Something that I'm pretty sure the ACM users wish they had. Let's talk about the other features, like the included handlebar. This thing is solid. It's not bending, it's not going anywhere. It sits nicely inside the back, located on the top of the vehicle. You just simply pull it up and then you wheel it. The other thing that I'm showing you now is the brake light. I think the brake light was much needed. I think it's needed in any wheel. The most amazing thing about this brake light, it actually lets the person behind you know whether you're going to turn left or right. Now, keep in mind that there's no signal button, right? So it only indicates left or right if you're leaning left or right. So it's not like a car where you're signaling left, you're gonna signal left, and then you make the left turn. It's more of like as soon as the gyroscope inside the wheel detects that you're leaning left, then the left blinker lights illuminate, which again I think is pretty cool, And here's a quick comparison of the GotWay ACM with the Msuper V3. Notice the traditional flash headlight. Again, not the brightest, but it's there, and the more lights the better, the people can see you. And they both have the traditional USB ports, of course, where you want to connect your electronic devices. On the ACM, you see all that stuff is located in the front, and then on the Msuper, you'll see that those USB ports with the power button is located on the top of the device. If you take a look at the back, you'll see that they both have lights. Now, one con that I didn't like with the Msuper is there's no indication, there's no battery indication, there's no battery indicator. I'm sorry. So there's no way of telling how much battery life the device have unless you connect it to the app. Now, my buddy Ron did say that there is a way to read the brake light, and the brake light will tell you the battery life. I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I have to do some research and look it up. But as of right now, I don't see a way, to tell, how much battery life I have. Unlike the GotWay ACM, where you have those sort of 5 LEDs, red being that the battery's low, green that the battery's topped off. So yeah, that's pretty well, it's not good. So the biggest question, how is the wheel? Well, let me tell you something. This thing is fast. Oh my god, it's an extraordinary wheel. I mean, I felt so comfortable riding this thing. I mean, it can handle anything. I think that's really largely due to the big wheel, the 18-inch wheel. I mean, I purposely rode over potholes, rocks, dirt, you name it. I was all over the place, and this thing handled everything, every obstacle I threw at it, it handled it like a dream. I have to reiterate how fast this thing is. I managed to get this thing to go over 30 miles per hour. And this was on a windy day. I went straight gun-ho, pedals down, riding this thing. And I did not feel like I was about to fall. And it literally got up to 30 miles per hour on my camera. And I feel like it didn't even beep, you know. So I feel like if it was a nice sunny day, I can probably push this thing to about maybe 32, 33 miles per hour before this thing, you know, sort of start beeping at me. And as for tricks, it's gonna take getting used to, you know, doing bunny hops, jumping on a curb, even jumping off the curb. You may have to sort of get used to the weight, but not too long after I got this wheel, maybe in a couple of hours, I was able to, you know, rather fairly quickly get used to it and, you know, ride backwards and jump off the curb and all that good stuff, etc., etc. And yeah, I have to tell you, I'm having a really good time on this wheel. It's a blast. I can't stress this. I can't stress enough how fast this wheel is. It's insane. Very stable. I mean, stable, sturdy, and just an extra level of confidence in this wheel. I mean, GotWay really outdid themselves with this one. I can't believe they made something better than the ACM. I mean, I'm gonna have this wheel for a very long time. I don't ever see myself going past 30 miles per hour, but it's good to know that when I need the power, I can request it and I'll have that power to play with, whether it's to, you know, speed up to pass other cars or just to, you know, just go fast. I mean, I have that option, which is exactly what I want in a wheel. So my final thoughts on this wheel. Just when I thought GotWay couldn't come out with something better than the ACM, they go and make the V3 series, right? Yes, so this wheel is now my favorite wheel. I know I said that in the last video, but this time I swear this is, I'm afraid of this guy. It's so powerful. I'm like, there's times when I'm riding the wheel and my legs start shaking, you know, because it's not beeping and it's allowing me to go even faster, right? So in the ACM, I think the top speed I've ever done was about 23, 24. This thing can hit 30 miles per hour. And I think it can go faster. That's the scary part. I mean, it could literally go faster, right? So I'm almost I'm almost certain that I can probably push this thing to about 33, 34 miles per hour. I think I can. I'm gonna wait till it gets warmer to try it because it's still a little chilly and it's cold and etc. etc. Anyway, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend this wheel to a novice. You know, I wouldn't recommend this to somebody as their first wheel. I definitely recommend, you know, if you're thinking about buying a wheel, go with the 9-bot first, or even the MCM, the GotWay MCM 4. Actually, no, even. I recommend you start with the 9-bot series first, and then you know, work your way up, you know. But yeah, this wheel it's amazing. Again, I love this wheel, and it's officially. I haven't tried the Monster yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that next. Maybe I'll do a review on that next. I have to go buy it, but I said to myself this will be the last wheel I buy unless they make something better. And better, what I mean by better is about, I would say, smaller. A wheel that's smaller than this, but with the same speed and power. Until that happens, I think this is gonna be my my go-to wheel from now on. Yeah. So the cons. I didn't really jump into the cons. First things first, this wheel is very top heavy, and you'll notice when you sort of want to lay it down, you know, against the wall, the top will sort of just like, you know, fall this way or fall this way. It's very hard to get it standing straight up, so you might have to buy a stand. and you'll also feel it while riding. I do notice that when I'm riding, and I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's the way I'm standing on it, but I feel like, you know, the wheel tend to shake a tad bit, and you almost have to, like, you know, clench your legs together and get that control back, you know. And I think it mostly happens when I'm riding fast. I see the wheel tend to do this a bit, and so I almost have to like clench my legs together, you know. And yeah, so that's another thing. The other con is, again, the battery indicator. There's no way of telling how much battery life you have, and I was told that the brake light does say. I just don't know how, and I have to do some research on that. So yeah, I'll look that up, and maybe I'll update the video on on my findings. All right. What's the other con? There was one more. It's heavy. This is the 1600 milliwatt battery. Very heavy wheel. Don't make the mistake that I did. Right. I don't have an elevator at my place, and I have to go up 4 flights of stairs. This thing weighs 50 pounds, under about 49.2, 50 pounds, under 50 pounds, slightly under 50 pounds. And to carry this thing up the stairs repeatedly, you gotta go to the gym. Don't be like me. I pay for the gym every month and I just don't go. Don't be like me. So, and look, obviously it's heavy because it's a big battery, right? So, duh, right? But it is heavy nevertheless, so I thought I should mention that. Any more cons? Just like the GotWay, I feel like the headlight can be a little bit brighter. And charging. So to charge your battery to the max, it will take about 11 to 12 hours. So apparently GotWay actually is offering a speed charger, so you might want to invest in that. I did install these lights. I bought a roll of RGB lights, and I installed them on the GotWay. And I tapped into the USB port, the 5-volt USB port. That's how it's drawing power. So you pretty much have to open the wheel and solder 2 wires, run it around. And what's good about that wheel is there's a space literally that you can insert the lights right underneath into the wheel. So yeah, that's a plus. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else I could say. Yeah, so that's my final thoughts. Otherwise than that, anybody looking for speed and power and distance, get yourself the Msuper V3 Plus. I think I said it correctly. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, let me touch on the pedals real quick. The pedals on the GotWay ACM is still my favorite pedals. And I don't know why, because those are good as well. They're big and they are pretty grippy. I just feel like the ACM pedals are a bit grippier. Does that make sense? Anyway, yeah, the addition of the trolley, I love it. The brake lights, a plus. The signal lights when you're turning or leaning left and right, I love it. USB ports, the big wheel. I didn't think I'll get used to the 18-inch wheel, but I'm getting used to it and I love it. Yeah, those are my final thoughts. So my name is Tishawn Fahie, and thank you for watching. If you like what you see, you like these videos, please subscribe, leave some comments below if you have any other questions that you need me to address. And again, I'm more than happy to do these reviews, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video was very informative. From one enthusiast to another, over and out. Peace.